And the answer in 10 seconds is absolutely. These are the best alternatives. In fact, check them out in the description box down below if you wish to get it yourself. But if you wish to stick around and learn more about it, then please do. Whew, it's been a long time, boys. It's been a month since I've last filmed, but let's not get started with excuses and let's just jump straight into it. Yo, what up, hey? How you doing, guys? My name is Sangiev. Today we are back with another video. I know it's been a super long time. I don't have any excuses for it. I've just been slacking, but I figured, you know what, let me just take this opportunity of this moment of slack to kind of come back with a banger, or at least a video that a lot of you guys have been asking for now many moons ago now. I feel like it's almost been 2 to 3 months. I teased on my Instagram about a pair of some boots, and as you can see from the title, and these were supposed to be like an alternative to the beloved and super famous, I mean not famous, but to my beloved SLP boots. Now, one question that I get asked a ton from you guys: what is a cheaper alternative to these boots? Now, these boots, as far as my knowledge goes, I think these are currently retailing anywhere between 700 to 800 brand new if you were to go cop them in store. Now, I genuinely believe that, as crazy of a price as it is, I wear them an immense amount. So to me, although dropping 800 quid on a pair of boots is crazy to me, it's low-key justifiable just because I know how much wear I'm getting out of those. However, when I came across these boots, and I'm going to talk about the brand in a little bit, came across these boots, I was like, I know that people have been asking for cheap alternatives. Cheap alternatives has always been somewhat of a niffy thing for me because it can either go into the copy and straight up rip off territory, or it can just go down the alternative path, which is good, but then it's just nowhere near as good as the SLP. So for a very long time I was always not against the idea of cheap alternatives, but no shoe came close to it with regards to how it was constructed and how it was made and how comfortable and how much wearability I was getting out of, until recently I came across this brand called From the First. Now, immediately I just want to say right off the bat, this video is not sponsored. I bought this with my own money because I wanted to test it out myself and give you guys my honest opinion. In fact, I was debating between a brand called From the First, which is the ones I'm talking about today, and another one called, holy shit, what's the other one called? Story of Fool. I think that's how you pronounce it, yeah. Story of Fool, and I'm sure there's a couple of other alternative brands, but I feel like those two are the main sort of competitors and the ones that really take the cake in terms of the look anyway. And so I got a pair of boots, which I've teased you guys in the past. In fact, I didn't mention the brand name or anything. I simply said, listen, I'm going to be putting these boots to the test. Now everyone knows what they look like, so I'm going to be putting these boots to the test, and then in about a month or two I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion and tell you guys how I feel about them, whether they truly are what one might consider to be replacements to these. Now, as you can see, the SLPs, I have them in the black leather without a chain, with the harness. With the From the First, we have the chained Wyatt in the black suede. So immediately, different material. In fact, let me just pull out the exact name. So these are the Enzo 40mm chain harness zip boot in the black suede. Straight away, absolutely insane pair of boots. Extremely comfy. The silhouette, if you have any other SLP boots, is very similar. It's very, I want to say it's near enough the same. However, in my opinion, I find that these fit a lot slimmer than the SLP boots. So if you're really going for like a skinny look to your boots, then this one's actually better than those. Usually people associate slimmer or skinnier silhouette shoes with a more formal setting, and so I figured I would take this opportunity to actually add the one with the chain, so then it's definitely more of an evening look as opposed to the leather one, which is more of a day-to-day. Black suede, the suede is just absolutely incredible. Now, all the boots are made, sourced, everything is done production wise anyway, done in Italy, then it gets shipped from the UK. So it's entirely Europe based, Italy first with all the manufacturing process, and then anything to do with like handling and customer service, to my understanding, is based out in the UK, which is absolutely amazing. And obviously one huge thing about these pair of boots is the exposed zipper, which was made famous by the Fall Winter 13 pair. Now, this is where I'm going to do a little timeout / discussion. And I know that some of you guys are going to be like, well, this is a blatant rip-off of the Fall Winter 13 variation of the boots. And to a certain extent, I'm going to have to agree with you. However, the reason why I give these guys the benefit of the doubt is because SLP don't make them like this anymore. And I get where the creator or the owner is coming from. Like, he saw that there was a perfect silhouette and there was a perfect design, which for some odd reason they decided not to stick with. And so he was like, you know what, fuck it, if you're not going to do it, at least allow me to do so. So he brought back the exposed zipper, which I know that some of you guys are fans of, some of you guys might not be, and if that's the case, then so be it. You know, I'm not too sure. I don't think there are any silhouettes without any exposed zippers, but I know that these guys have loads of different silhouette boots, which is the reason why I even thought, you know what, let's make a video about it. Because if they were literally just going to take the SLP designs, put their own twist to it with regards to different materials or whatever, it's cool. It still falls in a weird, iffy, blurry line between, is it rip-off, is it an alternative, where's the line? However, when I saw that these guys were doing more silhouettes, some that to my knowledge anyway, SLP don't even do, that's when I was like, okay, cool. It's more than just an alternative brand. They want to have their own vision, they want to have their own idea, and that's what they want to push for. So if we were to compare them, and if you wish to have my honest take on it, is it a good alternative? Hands down, bro. Absolutely. These cost, sorry, I'm just referring back to my phone, 420, and that's the suede zipped version. And if it was the leather harness version, you'd be looking to pay 390. That is just a little over 50% off the SLP price. In terms of comfort, they're both exactly the same. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, much like anything else, if you've got the money, and I want to say, if you're a fashion head to a certain extent, you care about brands, be it because of their craftsmanship, be it because you want to feel as though you're part of something, for some reason you're buying into the brand. And from the first, will never be able to give you, as harsh as this may sound, will never be able to give you the satisfaction of owning a pair of Saint Laurent boots. However, if you're not that bothered about that and you just wish to kind of get the look, then I would 100%, in fact, that's what I told my brother. I was like, just get some boots from the first, because there's no point dropping 800 quid on those. As fire as they are, if you don't care about the fact they're SLPs, you just want a pair of good boots that look amazing with everything, super versatile, and just, you know, wear really nicely, these will do the trick. Boys, fuck, I keep forgetting shit, man. Another thing that I forgot to mention earlier that is absolutely amazing is the fact that with every purchase of the boots, they don't come toe-peed or like with a rubber sole basically, but if you go to your cobbler and you get your rubber soles attached and you take the receipt and you email the people over From the First, you will get that refunded. Usually it costs only like 10, 15 pounds, 20 at a push. But yeah, it's something to bear in mind, and it's an absolutely amazing little service that they do, which is quite sick. So that was the SLP comparison review, whatever you wish to call it. And then we're going to move on to the second part, which brings us to this bad boy right here. Now this one is going to be controversial because of what I'm about to say. Like that, I can understand. You know, if you want to go for SLPs and you've got the money for it, go for it. These are the Lorenzo combat boots in the black grained leather. They retail at 470 quid, which is a bit more steep, but obviously as you can see, there's a lot more of the boots. There's more shoe, therefore you're going to pay for more. Handmade in Italy, Blake stitched construction with a leather pull tab, and it comes in two variations, one with the smooth leather, one with the grained leather. The sole, Italian crepe. Beautiful, beautiful pair of boots. Now this, as you can see, was heavily inspired by these. These are the Dior 07 Navigate boots, designed by the heady god himself during his time at Dior. in 2007. If I was to put them side by side, immediately, comparison wise, the From the First is a lot taller. Once again, I decided to get this in a different texture for such material to this, so that I could wear them at different occasions. This is an old shoe.
Okay.
It's been worn a ton more. It wasn't brand new when I purchased it, so it's definitely softened up and easier to walk in than this was when I first bought them. But now that I've put some good amount of wear into them, these are a lot comfier, and just some people are gonna literally kill me for this. I would go as far to say that this boot, the From the First, is as good, if not better, than these. These you're gonna buy purely because of the name. Does that mean that I'm going to be selling these? No, because I'm a little fashion bitch, and like I said, I wish to own part of the fashion history, you know. I wish to sort of, I hope that one day in 20 years time I can have like a crazy wardrobe full of like archive pieces, you know, my own collection of pieces that I can either pass down to my next generation or just curate into whatever it may be. So for that purpose, these obviously mean a tremendous amount to the fashion industry and to me as well, you know. So they hold a sentimental value. Yes, they're great, they look amazing as well. One key thing that I prefer on these than on the From the First is if you look at it from, let me just give you that. If you look at it from, look. There we go. If you look at it from the top, bird's eye view, get the focus away from me, there you go. The Dior's is definitely wider than the From the First, and that's because the crepe sole sort of sticks out a bit more, it's a bit more pronounced. I personally love that. I think that's a great look. Some people might prefer the slimmer silhouette, in which case I completely understand. But yeah, man, these are the Lorenzos. Amazing. The grain leather is so good. It's definitely taller as well, which you can sort of play around with in your outfits. Both of them don't have a zip, but yeah, man, literally, if you're a fashion head and you buy things to own history or to, you know, because you're very passionate about it, then I completely understand if you want to get the Dior 07s. And if you've got the money for it, then by all means. But if you don't necessarily have the money for it, or you wish to get the look, if not, look even better than these. I've had both of them for near enough equally the same amount of time. In fact, I had these before I had those, and then I copped those. I kid you not, I wear these a lot more than I wear those. Are these the best alternative boots? Absolutely. I probably should have said that. And let me just use this clip at the beginning of the video, at the very beginning of the video, answering the question within 30 seconds. Yes, you've just clicked on this video, and the answer in 10 seconds is absolutely, these are the best alternatives. In fact, check them out in the description box down below if you wish to get it yourself. But if you wish to stick around and learn more about it, then please do. This is the final pair of boots. This one, again, I'm going to be honest with you. So I reached out to the owner of the brand just to get a better understanding, feel for what he wishes to accomplish, and so that I could get my information correct when I'm doing this video. You know what, we got talking, I told him about this idea, about this video, and he was like, man, I love that. Obviously be as brutally honest as you can and you wish to be, and I was like, perfect. And he was like, in fact, let me just send something your way of something that we've got cooking up for the future. This was, like I said, 2 and a bit months ago. And so he sent me these beautiful pair of Diego boots in the leopard print pony hair, retailing at 450 quid. Handmade in Italy, 45mm stacked leather Cuban heel, anti-slip rubber sole, exposed YKK zipper, Blake stitched, tonal cross-grain pull tab. Absolutely insane. Cowboy boots. The silhouette is just so sick. I mean, pointy toes, bruh, I'm not joking. These boots are absolutely insane. I've worn them a couple of times now, and as you can imagine, this is definitely not a pair of boots that you bust out every day. You gotta wait for the special event or for the special moment to pull them off, and I am in love. I think they're awesome. This is apparently more in line with what the brand is sort of aspiring to move towards. Create their own silhouette, play with various materials, and smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. One thing I need to mention as well, sizing, which I haven't mentioned this whole time, stupid me. I go down to a size 40 in all of my leather boots, except for Calvin Klein. Calvin Klein isn't even in this video anyway, so that is totally irrelevant. But my true size is 41, which is a UK 7, US 8. Every boot I go down to a size 40, just because I know that for the most part leather and suede stretches with enough wear. I just like my boots to fit snug, and I know that the more I wear into it, it will stretch out really nicely and just follow the shape of my foot nicer than if I was to go true to size. And I don't know, man, I just don't like having too much wiggle room. I like it to be compact and very snug and just no movement, well, to a certain extent, no movement whatsoever in there. Yes, they're a lot steeper than the others. However, like I said, these don't really fall into the alternative section. This is definitely more of a, yo, you want some boots to stunt with, then there you go, the Diego. I'm 100% looking to add more to the collection. That was my review comparison, whatever you wish to call it, of the From the First boots. Do I think they're awesome? Absolutely. Should you spend your money on it? If you wish to do so, go ahead. I think they're a great company and they hopefully will be doing some great things. As I said, I did get in touch with the owner and I figured I can give you guys a discount code. So if you wish to use 15% off your order, then you can use Boomskis or whatever. I can't remember what the exact word was, but I will be sure to leave it plastered across the screen right now. 15% off your order. That is going to conclude this video. If you wish to follow me on my social media, it's all right here, Sangiev. Boys, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been a while, but this felt good. Like, I'm happy. Hoodie is from Hyder Ackerman, from the wonderful people over at Flannels. Hat is from Lock & Co. Jewelry and all that jazz, just refer back to my previous video where I talk about my jewelry. But that is going to conclude this video. Thank you ever so much for watching this. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Peace.